actually. It's something we've wanted to do a few times since we started this, and now the channel's built up a bit. I think we can do this. We're going to do some live clairvoyance with you tonight. So what do we mean by that? We mean Jane and I will be linking to some of the patrons are going to be coming in by Zoom. Some of you coming in by live chat may also get messages, and also some of you who may come in late and after the show has been broadcast, there may be also residue messages for you too. For example, the messages that aren't picked up maybe for somebody that's coming in much later or is having a problem communicating or getting through at the moment. So if any of the messages that come through are for you later on, please put it in the comments and explain that was my gran and she was so and so, or whatever. Most of what we're going to do tonight is hopefully going to be mediumship, but sometimes it may be psychic. So the difference is psychic is more about your life and what's happening, about you, your personality, those type of things. Mediumship is where we connect with somebody in the spirit world, so somebody that's passed over, and would hopefully give you what we call evidence, some proof of who that is, and some evidence about it. So the important thing from everybody's point of view, although we may be miles away from you, you may be in Australia and around the world, you've got to still send us your energy, because it really helps us with our work here tonight. I can feel it now. I can feel something. You start sending your energy to us, and that will actually work through the etheric to help build a bridge between us and the spirit world and your loved ones in the spirit. Like you also all think about your loved ones in the spirit world too. Ask for them to come forward. Ask if you can get a message tonight. Ask if we can build a bridge. Can't guarantee anything tonight. It's a complete experiment. It may go completely haywire doing it like this, but we're going to have a go at it and see what can happen and see if we can do like we would do mediumship in a theatre or at home with people. And important also, if you come on live, particularly some of the patrons. So the patrons are also going to come on. Some of the patrons are coming on by video link. It's a bit like Zoom, but it's through the system. And we haven't spoken to any of you yet. We don't know what your name is either, so it doesn't show your name on the screen. So interact with us, say hello, tell us your name and things like that, because your voice, when it comes to the video link, is very important. That acts as a kind of a vibration. So the voice link can also act as a vibration to help us connect with you and help the spirit world connect with you at the same time, and help us to give you hopefully some insightful and helpful messages. Anything to add, Jane?
No, I know they're all queuing up like in the psychic bus station and trying to get through, because though we've only got an hour, we'll be as many of you as we can. Hopefully, it depends if the spirit realm are going to come through, which I feel they are. Yeah, and so tonight will be a bit more of a slower pace, because Jane and I are both linking into spirit, so it won't be our usual banter quite so much today, because we have to get in a sort of a different frame of mind, really. So we're kind of just very fluid at the moment. So we'll say a few hellos first, just to say a few hellos to people, shall we? We'll say a few hellos.
Say hellos to people, just to get the thing moving. And I'll probably repeat all this a little bit further later on.
Royce from Hong Kong says hello.
Hi, Royce.
Hong Kong.
Reese.
Hi, Craig and Jane from Western Supermare.
So all keep sending your energy all around the world. Keep sending the energy. I can feel it building up in the room.
Hello from England. Well, fancy that.
Where's that?
That's from the Oak Tree Man. Hello, Craig and Jane. I hope I have some luck tonight.
Yeah. There's no good... And also, people don't just type in, have you got a message for me? Because we won't get it that way. It has to come through naturally, and we'll give some information out as we go along to see.
Hello from Northern Ireland, Sam. Hi, Sam.
And also afterwards, when you put your comments in, it helps also for next time we do this, because it helps connect the spirit with us.
Hello from Long Island.
Long Island, right over there in the US of A. And Massachusetts too. You can tell where the sun's going up.
Yeah. And Mexico, Craig? We've got Mexico.
You couldn't pronounce Albuquerque.
Or could you, by the sound of it?
Properly. Good luck, everyone from Istanbul.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. So really interesting, yeah. Hello from Christchurch, New Zealand.
Hi,
Blimey,
Chris.
everywhere, the whole world we got online tonight. So, hi guys in North Somerset, have a fab session.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, thanks. It's a bit nerve-wracking doing this, I must say, because we're doing it live. I know we get a lot of viewers. And how should we do this first? Should we see if we can bring a patron up? Do you want to do the first one, Jane? Because you've been kind of tuned
I'm getting
in today.
I've got lots of people coming through. So shall I just give what I'm getting?
Yeah, we'll have to work it out as we go. We're going to just have to see how this goes.
As I was tuning into the spirit world, I had a man that passed over into the spirit realm, and he had liver cancer because I felt his vibration, and he was showing me on the way going to the operating theatre, and it's as if I felt he knew he was going to go over, and he felt that he was really asking for miracles and everything. And he said, I've been trying to connect, he said, also to my wife and my daughter. He hasn't given a name yet, but I know he passed with liver cancer.
Okay, so people who are in the control room can see your faces. If it's anybody on the patrons getting this, just wave and put your hand up and let us know, because we won't be able to hear you yet. And if you're in the chat section coming in, put a comment, maybe, or I think so, I'm not sure, and things like that. And Matt will be able to pick up on some of you as we come on. You'll have to see if we can get a little bit more with that, Jane, I suspect, to see if you can pick up on it. It's a man, isn't it? It's a male spirit you're talking about here.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I said he was on his way to the... he drew the initial J. It might not be his name. It might be his wife's name or his daughter, because he drew J and that. And it's as if he tried his very best. He got very thin going towards the end of his life, because he's quite a biggish man, quite a strong man, because I know this man had big hands, because he showed me his hands, and it was quite sad with his condition how he deteriorated rather quickly. I felt being a hard-working man, and I don't know why I was picking up Australia and things like this, but he was talking about Australia. Hopefully that will mean to somebody on here.
I tell you what, I was picking with it, Jane, as well. I don't want to break in on your link, because it's really, when one gets a link, you need to keep to it. But I was getting the feeling he'd been quite sporty in his life, and I get that feeling that something with the Australian might have been an interest in cricket.
Well, he didn't show me that. He didn't show me that. He showed me quite a biggish man, and going towards the end of his life, he became very, very thin. Somehow or another, I got stubble here on his chin. Very much so, and I feel he's been waiting. It feels like he's been waiting for a while to get through to loved ones in the material world, and it's as if a very sort of a man. I felt, though he was what I call a biggish man, but very soft-centered inside, and he keeps going like this with his chin and that. And hang on a minute, because I'm getting other links coming in, but we'll deal with one at a time.
So, has anybody on the patrons to give away? If not. Also, if you can, or if it's a maybe, or also in the people coming in the chat, is there anybody understanding this so far? It might be for someone coming in much later, but hopefully we can get this one now. We'd like to get this on the live post if we can. So perhaps if there's anything coming up, Matt, if you can put anything up if it does come up so far. Don't be shy, guys.
Because you remember, these are real people that are connecting with you, your loved ones, that have descended over to the spirit realm.
Unfortunately, I can't see the chat that's got...
You can't see?
No, I was going to say...
How will I know then how to connect?
We're going to find out in a moment. I'm trying to get rid of this Spotify and things.
Oh, you can see it. I can't.
Going on. So, does anybody understand that so far?
It may be somebody coming later, Craig.
Might be. If someone's talking about cancer, but it wasn't liver cancer.
No, but this was liver cancer. And also, Craig, I felt he had problems with his colon as well, like bowel as well. So the two went together.
Okay. Anybody understand this? Always the first link's the hardest one, actually, and it will get taken. You know, the other day I did one live on the circle type of thing that I did on my workshops, and I said, I've got a man here who was a bugler, and he only got one arm.
Well, that's unusual,
And
isn't it?
and that's, I thought, and nobody took it. And I thought, oh God, I feel crazy with this. And then what happens, of course, afterwards, one of the patrons got back and said the woman that was stood in the room with me nearly fainted because it was her father or something
Oh,
that had
so it's
died, and he was a
good evidence,
bugler with one arm, but he wasn't actually connected on the screen. So it's getting the connection that's is important here.
Right. Will
So,
you do the
all
next
right. Well, I'll
link?
do the next one. So okay, so that someone might pick up on that. We might pick up on it again later as we come on, because sometimes people come in a bit later and will understand it. But sometimes also, if you come in later on after the show's gone live, sometimes these are interesting too, because they can happen in advance.
Yeah, it's come up already. Can you read it, Craig?
Yes, Albert went from bowel cancer. Sorry, I got that wrong before. He was a big man, but so thin at the end.
Yes. Well,
See if you got any. Give some bit more and see if she can understand a bit more with that one.
I felt he had a bit of a stubble. I felt a very family orientated man. And somehow he keeps on, he's got glasses here and that. I felt an intelligent man too. And I felt a man wanted to see that his family was okay. And he was trying to put his illness, if you like, his condition aside, very much so. But it's definitely enlarged here, around by the liver and bowel, and linked to his colon there. And I don't know if there was talk at one time for him having a colostomy bag or that, but that's what he tells me.
Okay, Annabelle, have you able to respond yet at all?
I'll come back in a minute.
I can see Annabelle's hasn't made a response there, actually, saying, Matt might have missed it. I think it's Mr. Terry or something.
Yes, he had a stubble, very soft beard, with an animal, especially dogs and cats. So he had a love of animals and that. I don't know how long he's been over in the spirit realm, but I felt that he was trying to reach them in the subconscious mind through dreams, very much so. And it's as if wanting to let people know he was okay, because I felt he's a well-loved man. And that I'm getting jingle jingle in the pockets here with change all the time, jingle jingle and that, and it's like I've got money in my hand. He didn't have a lot of money, but what he had he was quite generous with. I felt that because he shows me money, and he's talking about springtime. I don't know if his passing was in March, but he's showing me March. He's showing me snowdrops. He's showing me March, because all flowers mean something in the spirit realm. Because like when we get children, they always get white roses and things, but he showed me snowdrops. Is there any more you can take on that?
Yeah, Annabelle's putting.
He died last April in the Trinity Hospital in Clapham. Okay, because I feel he's quite a strong man. I feel a very kind man, and as I feel he knew it was coming towards his end, and he never gave up hope. I was always asking for miracles, but he just got on with it, and it's sort of like an acceptance to what he's got, and that. And you always find it's the nicest people that have all these conditions, and we do question why. But he's not an angry man. He's quite gentle, and I would say he was a gentle giant. And he laughs here because he's rubbing his hands here, and when he laughs, when he was well, he used to bounce up and down with his stomach there. But it's a man that was well loved. That's right. I saw them so okay. I was so moved by them. I thought of him. Well, bless you for that, for giving us feedback, because what we're seeing and what we're hearing is very real. I've got another link coming through in a minute, but you do your next link,
and then
Craig.
we'll swap around. Okay,
Yep.
then. So I've Jane's been talking there, I've been sort of trying to tune into somebody else, and I just keep hearing first of all the name Jacob, right? And so I'm getting the name Jacob. Could be a Jewish name, couldn't it, with a name like Jacob? But there's somebody's calling to me Jacob. This is a very slightly portly gentleman that I'm feeling with me here. Very good sense of humour. I like to have a bit of fun. I get the feeling I might be connected more with America and that side of the world, but not necessarily, because he tells me that he was a man that travelled quite a lot in his life. He suffered in the end. I think I'm getting chest and breathing conditions with him here, because I feel as if I feel uncomfortable around my lungs and things like this. And he tells me that it was although something like lung cancer comes on quite quickly with people, for him it was a longer illness with this breathing condition, he said. In fact, it gives me a feeling that he had a bit of knowledge of medical things. I don't feel like I'm a doctor, but I feel as if I've had a knowledge of medical things somehow. There's something like that. I've done something that may have some type of hospital type link to it. I get the sense the breathing thing might be something to do, because he also had a bit of a problematic heart, but I feel that there's something here with might be in a condition in the lung like an emphysema or something like this. But Jacob seems to be the name that I want to call out here. It's a name that's a J name, definitely, but I think I'm talking about it has a sort of a Jewish ring to it because of the name Jacob, because I'm associating that in my mind. I think it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. Anybody understanding this so far? Anybody, if the patrons want to wave or to Matt and he'll put you on, or if anybody here is coming in on the chat network, please volunteer it as soon as you understand it. So he's, like I say, he's a cheerful sort of character. I feel I'm not a young man. I'm slightly portly, I feel, with him. I had the breathing conditions, a bit of trouble, but I was quite ill all round, actually, I feel, with him towards the end, with lots of issues with his health. And he's talking about something about, I don't know, something about stray dogs or something like that. I'm getting lots of bits I'm giving here, so someone should be able to connect this by now, I hope. So have a think. Is there any? Am I with somebody at this point as we're going this live? Very, very funny man, and like I say, I think I'm connected. America has something important to him. He may have lived there. He may have to travel there, but I'm feeling the American connection is important to him. Okay. My husband died of a heart attack. His name was Jacob. We live in America. My dogs have recently gone missing. So that's the business about the dogs. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Snap. That must be with you, because that's so unusual information with him. So I felt that, but it would have, I suppose, with a heart attack, it would have affected your breathing as well. And I feel that he was not very well through his life, actually, at the end. The latter part, I feel I got all sorts of things. But I get a very strong sort of happiness as I get that message there, because I feel he was a very cheerful man. And like you just said, the sense of humour, travelled a lot in the Navy. Yeah, that would figure, because he said he travelled and saw a lot of the world. Yeah, so that's confirming that. Thank you. And I don't know if you've also had a few issues with strains or something like that with back or bones or something, because I feel as if he's talking about aware that there's been a few issues around you, nothing to worry about, but I just feel you've been feeling some aches, as it were, and I don't know if you've strained something or someone around you has had a bit of a strain of some sort he's talking about here. These are just minor things, but he's just given me that as to help me, because he can impress that on my body as he talks. Nothing serious or anything to worry about. His jokes could be quite a little bit rude, I think, sometimes too, because I get the feeling with him he would always have a sort of a bit of a man's sense of humour. You had to know his sense of humour, because some people who were a bit sort of straight-laced could find him a bit offensive, I think, with his humour. And he likes silliness as well, because I get this sort of silly humour. In American, it would be sort of like Steve Martin type of humour, daft silliness. And I don't know, he said Steve Martin, but does the actual name Martin mean something to you as well? I don't know if there was a Martin in the family, a younger person, still living, I think he's trying to say to me, Martin, who is just doing something with education, Snap. I don't know if that makes any sense to you there. Okay, you have lower back pain and osteoporosis. So that's what he's talking about there then, obviously. Does that Martin name mean something to you? I don't know if I'm wrong with this, but I felt a younger person having to go through educational things at the moment, and I feel like I'm about to do something quite important with that, and I'm getting thumbs up with this, because I feel work hard and you get there. Because he was always Jacob was a man that liked to work hard in life. In fact, he says that's probably why I'm over here a bit early, actually, because I overworked. I get feeling, and I feel as if I also liked a little bit of a drink as well. Can you confirm any of that, or deny it? If it's wrong, tell me it's wrong, because that's fine. But that's what I'm feeling. That Martin doesn't ring a bell with you. Okay, it might mean something to you later then, perhaps. But I just heard Martin. Might be another link coming in a minute, but I won't move on to that one at the moment because I just heard a Martin. There might be a Martin coming up next, but I'm going to let Jane. Anyway, let me just say to you first of all, just a little message at the end to say, I feel, okay, you had the back pains and things, but life also has been, he would say, with his tongue in cheek saying, a bit of a pain. I feel that there's been a lot of financial problems around you of late. You've been struggling on, but it's like perseverance, I want to say from him. Keep persevering. You'll get there in the end. He always worked hard, and he said there's nothing like hard work to make a success on things. And he would work hard, and he's saying, you've got to work hard, right? Do you know anything about the missing dogs? There's been, I feel there's been people stealing dogs in the area, I've got to say. I feel the dogs have been people have been stealing dogs, picking dogs up and trying to sell pedigree ones. I feel the dogs are safe. I feel the police might be involved in this somewhere along the line. And I get the feeling you'll finally get a connection and find out where they are. That's what I think he's trying to say to me. I think it's someone been picking up dogs, but the dogs are safe. Okay, hopefully there's a clue there. Hopefully they'll get back to you. Okay, do you want to do the next one then, Jen?
I'm getting a young lad, and this is connection with England. And I felt, he's talking about knives, and that somebody had stabbed him and it just missed his heart, because as he was coming through, I was getting a sensation around the heart here. And I felt very much he was trying to connect with his family, because I don't feel he's been over that long. He may be in over a year, but I felt that very strong. And he was talking about London, talking about Surrey, and he was talking about, I was minding my own business and I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And that because I see lots of stabbings with this young lad, but his life wasn't given in vain, because I feel there's good coming from this. I feel that his family's trying to help others, and others that have been victims of stabbing. As he comes near to me, I feel as if he's trying to connect with his family. He has connected with his family. Definitely, I feel he's been trying to do visitations from the spirit world. It might be in a dream state, or it might be they've sensed him. But I get the feeling here that good is going to come out in his name, because at the moment the world is quite difficult that we're living in. We're getting all these stabbings, now we're getting acid attacks and things like this. So, okay. Now, I don't know if somebody cut over his fingers over the top there, because I'm feeling as if he's trying to put his hand up to try and stop that. He was trying to defend himself, but it was quick, very quick. I'm seeing a hospital. I'm seeing taken to hospital. I see people trying to resuscitate him. And I feel he doesn't live that long, because he's saying that I'm trying to get back to my father, my mother, and my sister. And he's trying to show me, and I'm not the only one, because there's others over here that have had exactly the same thing that's happened to them. And they don't know where they are and everything. But he's very much talking about nice and everything. So can somebody take that, please?
And don't forget, if you're a patron in the video section, do give a wave if it's with you, so that Matt can pull you onto the screen if it's for you, or you think it might be for you.
He got the initial C, and he's talking about Billy. And I don't know if there's somebody associated around him called Billy. Probably somebody will come on afterwards, Craig.
Yeah, these might get picked up later. This is what I say. It gets very interesting then, because if anything, Jane or I miss anything with people, because you can see that when we get a link, we got the link, we get all the detail. But if a link gets missed, it might be for someone coming in later. It's what we call advanced clairvoyance. Yeah. So any of the patrons understanding that, I wasn't listening to, because I was tuning
it's
into
like
hearing
stabbing
stuff
with towards his heart, and also his back. So he's had like 3 lots of stabbing there, and I see get the slashing.
So that's obviously quite a significant one.
It is, because I'm getting, I don't want to see it, but he's talking about I was literally bleeding and people were trying to resuscitate me. Then an ambulance arrived and I was taken straight to hospital, and the police was trying to get my parents and that, and I was trying to hang on, but it happened so quickly, very quickly.
Okay, well, it might be
Initial is drawing a
later, if not.
C.
Okay, not been taken yet. That's a nuisance. Okay,
Well, it
this
doesn't
will
mean
happen.
it won't.
Doesn't mean
it
it's
doesn't.
not there.
But there's several people that have gone over. They've had that done to them because he's met up on the other side, very young, they're like teenagers, I'd say, between 16 or that. There's quite a few teenagers that have gone over with that, and there's, as I say, there's all this stabbing and that, and it's as if whoever's done this to him has done that spontaneously. He wasn't out looking for trouble, but it happened like that very quickly. And also I see another boy that has been stabbed, and I see 3 people that have caused that, 3 people, and they're too frightened to come forward because they're frightened of being in prison, and that's what I'm seeing very strong.
Okay, so if you've got that,
It's 2.
if you pick it up later, but it's always important to say it because Jane won't have that message later.
No,
if
you'll be too tired
to say now, because you won't be able to get back to it. Right, I'll go on and do one then for you, for us now then, because I was just getting a couple of things here. I was getting somebody, a younger woman, I think it is, talking to me, who called herself Kate or Kay, but she called herself Lady K, I think. I want to say Lady K. Also, because I'm still got in my mind the Steve Martin seems to want to come to me as well. I kind of said that for some reason. I don't know why he popped into my head as the as a comedian, but there's something connected with a younger person, a younger man that went to spirit that's talking to me about this as well. There's like 2 here. I don't know if it's a younger man talking about the Lady K who was here, or it's the and I've got that Martin link still around me that I was talking about here. So I'm a little bit confused with my link. I don't know if anybody can understand this so far, because I've got a younger person here. I think it's the Martin or the Steve or something. He went youngish, and I get the feeling there's an accident with this. Might have gone in a car problem or something like that, because I feel like I've got quite a quick passing with this, and it feels sudden to me. And I feel this is something that has happened very quickly to them, and it been quite a difficulty for them. So this is like I say, he's an excitable man. I'm getting here. It's the male link that's given to me. I think he's talked about Lady K, who had something to do with theatre and things like that. She had a voice. She could sing. Lady. That's why she was called Lady first, because she could sing somewhere. She had a small stage or something where she could sing from, and the other person died in a car accident. That's a Martin or a Steve with that. Can anybody understand this? Either on the patrons or on the live chat coming in here. So I think this is with me now. I don't feel this is one that's coming up for later. This is coming up for now. So please do type in, because we won't be able to get it later for you. And if it is with you, please don't be shy. Let us know if we've got this one, because we seem to be breaking our links here. Okay, yes, that's Jimmy in the car crash. I didn't say the name Jimmy. Let me see if it corresponds with it there. And if it's for someone else, also, you can also put your message up, because sometimes we got to find our link. I'm not 100% sure I'm with you, Ireland. Let's see if I can give some more detail. Would you understand the Lady K that goes with this? The Lady K who could sing. There's something about a singer, female singer, that is connected with this link with the young man that went to spirit, right? If you could type in and let us know, or if it's with anybody else, picks it up, because it's not necessarily with the first link that comes up here, because I don't feel connected yet with you, so I need a little bit more information. So you're frantically typing, I expect, trying to connect in. This is the only problem with the text version of it, is it's the slowness of it. Need to get your response, Island, if I can, please. Or if it's with somebody else at all. Shame we can't. Perhaps we should move on to the Zoom ones with the
Well, I
patrons
just
in a
got
moment.
2 more links coming in.
All right. We're taking a bit too slow.
Shall I do
I need
my 2 links?
the response from that to know if I've got.
Well, perhaps they will later, Craig.
Okay, Ireland. I think you've either lost your connection with you, or you've not been. Here we
probably.
are. I see something coming up on the side here. I can. Matt, let's click it. You are definitely connecting with Jimmy. Jane picked up on his daughter and wife. The cake connection is a song. Okay. All right. So you understand the cake connection then. That's right. And that's the cake connection's a song connected with him. All right. Let me just get the last bits with him for you, and I'll let Jane do hers. And he's, I feel, and if you be prepared, Ireland, to respond if you can. I'm feeling someone again with a lovely sense of humour. We got the song there, but he did love song himself. I feel he's a youngish man when he went, because this is a car accident of some sort. There was a big inquest with this I'm seeing here, because I'm seeing there was, it was in the newspapers, I feel this was too, because there were multiple people seem to be hurt in this accident. And I'm feeling it was my head that went with this. I feel like my head's gone with this, and that's what's taking me over. And I feel he wants to say it happened so quick, I was kind of out of it like that. I was unconscious in no time. I don't know if I died immediately at the scene, but I was unconscious from that point on, and I didn't really know what was going on. And he says, I don't know whether it was you or somebody made a big thing about they saw me. They saw me after I died. I appeared at the bottom of the bed, because I feel like I've appeared in a room. They've seen my shadow. They've seen my spirit, trying to let you know that I was all right. Talking about a very big funeral for this, and the music at the funeral is significant to you as well. And he just wants to, and if you can confirm some of that, Ireland, good. And I just want to say, he wants to say that there was a bit more to this accident than met the eye, because I think there was something wrong somewhere. There was something wrong. Somebody was at fault with this, because I shouldn't have gone over, he said. And he's saying it happened near somewhere where there's water too. I don't know if I was near a docks or something like that, where there was a sea nearby. I could probably see the sea from the road or something like that. It's quite dark when it happened as well. Other people were also involved, and I think another person died on that day as well, I want to say. And I don't know if you, Ireland, I don't know your connection with him, but I just feel as like the last message had a dog or something involved. I feel he had a dog, and I don't know, did you have his dog? Did you look after his dog after the man died? There was something about, there was a dog that had to be found a home for. Funny, we're getting dog things in tonight. So if you could just give us a response on that, Ireland, if you can. And I just want him to, the message I want to say from him, if you can give us a response while I just tell you this last bit. You can always watch this back again later. But I'm just feeling he wanting to say that it was painless, really, because I was out of it before I knew what happened. And he just really wants to get through to say he's all right and he's well. And he's just saying happy birthday too. Happy birthday, because I don't know, somebody's birthday is right round now. I don't know whether it's his or yours or someone who was very close to him is right round now. Okay, I'll let Jane do one, then we'll do a few on the patrons on the Zoom.
Very quickly with mine. I get an Indian person talking to me from the spirit world, and I'm getting the name Chandra, and very much that's over on the other side, and trying to connect to a relative here in England. Very much I'm feeling as if they're trying to explain something, what happened, and there's something about land. There's something about that should go to a person, and the land must be associated still in India, because that's what they're worrying about. And also very quickly, before we go into the patrons, I have a lady here, Her name is Mary, and as she comes forward, she's somebody's mother, and she's holding her head here. I don't know if she went over with a stroke or she had Alzheimer's or that, but it's very important that she connects to her daughter, because she's talking about her will. She's talking about an injustice and everything, and wants things sorted out, and that. And whoever it is with her daughter, she's talking about possessions that should go to her, that people are misplacing things of her money and property. Can anybody take that? Very short and sweet, I know, because we're going to do the patrons.
All right. And also, and if you can't take it, and if it doesn't get taken, like with my messages or James' messages, this will become one of the most interesting things about when we do this type of thing, because I bet you 100% that these messages should be taken up to the letter. Because when I've done the advanced clairvoyance ones, they get picked up to the letter, every detail. But if it is for you afterwards, please, please, please do put a message in the comments, because then others can understand and see and can qualify that what comes through is correct. Because what Jane and I do is we try to give evidence, we try to give proof, we try to give some form of confirmation that life continues.
Valuation, Craig.
There's someone saying that I can see someone saying that it could be me, Matt. If you could, I'll just catch it on the.
What does that mean? Who are we linking with?
This is with you, Jane.
Right. But is it the man or is it the
woman? If you can give us a little bit more information.
Are you talking about your mother? You're talking about her mother. I don't know. What a shame. Does Israel mean anything to you? Can she answer?
Yeah, we need to get responses.
Otherwise, we're sort of just waiting.
Yeah, we need to. This is why we're going to do mainly from Zoom in the future with the.
Mary's Albert's wife. She had a massive stroke. My brother is trying to steal from my court case. All right, well, we evaluated that from the court case.
Okay.
Very upsetting. Don't worry, you'll be okay. I'm a great believer in karma. What goes around comes around. Be positive. Be very, very positive.
Well, I hope so far you enjoy this type of thing we're doing tonight. This is kind of a bit of an experiment for us too, and I think it can make an interesting evening when we do this, particularly when it's live. If you do enjoy this, please let us know in the comments if you think this is a great way of doing things. If you prefer other formats, please let us know. That we're going to do this tonight, and hopefully, I think it's an interesting experiment to do live clairvoyance with you all. So, shall we pick up, Matt? We haven't so far. The patrons haven't got a message, so perhaps if we can I'll let Matt, who's our control room, select someone randomly from the patrons that have come in, and we can do a Zoom link with one of the patrons there, Jane. Shall we? Yes. Next, yeah, we'll need to put our headphones on for this. So. Matt
Look like aliens with this. Who's this lovely lady?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Heather.
Heather.
Do you want to start with Heather, Jane?
No, you start. Do you know Heather? I don't know.
I don't know Heather, no.
Tell us a little bit about you, Heather, where you're from.
I'm in Heybridge in Essex.
Essex. Oh, you're an Essex girl, are you?
No, I'm not an Essex girl. I'm from Canterbury.
I'm only joking. Not that I see you white stilettos.
I've lived here a long time.
Okay. Are you picking up anything?
It's funny, I'm getting all dogs and things tonight. So I don't know if you've been interested in animals again. Have you?
I'm interested in animals, yes. I have.
Yeah,
I have cats, not dogs.
Yeah. Because I get multiple animals around you. One of my spirit guides, I think, tonight is very much into the animal kingdom, I think. Have you also recently done something with your house? Like I'm seeing something like an extension or some work being done on a building for you.
No.
Okay.
If you're trying to work with animals, I get a sense with healing with you as well, as if you're trying to bring animals back and trying to do work with animals.
I have done spiritual healing in the past with animals.
Oh, that's right.
Okay,
then.
That's probably why I was seeing them
Oh,
too.
that's right. Because I do feel animals follow you around from the other side. And I'm
do
getting
they?
pussycats. I'm getting pussycats.
Yes,
Pussycats.
yes, I have several cats on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Can you place a black and white cat and a ginger cat? That's what
Yes,
I'm feeling. That's
okay.
following you around, because I
Percy's
feel
ginger.
there's a lot of heartache with these two
Yeah, black
cats.
and white cat is my beautiful Gemma. She was 20 years old when she
Oh,
left.
Oh wow.
And
well, she must have been
Percy
well looked
was,
after then.
oh, she was. Yes, she
Yeah.
was.
But I do get visitations to you from your cats, and you might sense one cat. Actually, you might go past your legs or sense them on the bed.
I have seen Gemma on the bed a long while ago, but yes,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
came
Yeah,
to
there's
me to
also a
let me know
gentleman on the spirit side who was also a healer that was also very interested in animals and animal healing, and I feel I want to connect him with you.
okay. I don't
I'm
I
feeling as if this man was also a healer. He might have worked with healing and spiritualism and things like that.
no, I can't think of anybody at the moment.
George?
Can I just come in? Is the name John mean anything to you?
Not on a personal level, no.
Well, it doesn't
But
always have to be personal, my dear.
no, but I mean, John, I've known several people called John, but
Right. Okay. But
I can't think of
what's
anyone.
drawing with you?
Sorry,
Drawings.
I
Drawings.
do.
I'm seeing
Yes,
drawings.
I can draw a bit.
Okay, because I'm seeing drawings, but I know the animal kingdom is very linked with you and very important with you,
Yes,
very much. Am I right in saying you prefer animals than humans?
not exclusively, but sometimes yes.
Okay, right. Okay. Does the name Francis mean anything to you?
Yes, yes, um I do know I did know somebody called Francis.
Okay, but I'm talking about on the other side of
Yes,
life.
she is on the other side of life.
Yeah, because I feel very much she's connecting, and she's talking about the cats are with me.
Oh, okay. No,
All right,
no, that
because
doesn't.
because sometimes people that we know, they bring loved ones or animals to let you know that the animals are with them. It might not necessarily she had any dealing with them, but just to let you know.
Oh, so long as they're all right, that's the main thing.
Well, and you're all right too. Yeah, they
Well,
are, because animals bring us unconditional love and everything. Why is she showing me some amethyst around you?
I have a lot of amethyst geodes in the house, and
Okay, well that's
amethyst is my birth sign as well.
oh, so you're Piscean, are you?
No, I'm Aquarius,
Oh
February.
well, Pisceans would be amethyst.
Okay, but it's it I am a it's my birthday next week actually. So
Okay, yeah. So because particular stones we could be drawn to, you see.
yes, well
All right.
that is one.
Okay.
Particularly as a healer.
Yeah, because you've got healing energy around you, and you should be
Yes, I have.
using it.
Well, I can't. I've I've not that long ago lost my husband, so I'm not
Okay.
able to do that. I'm not
Well, perhaps
in
you
the
need
state to be
healing for
able.
yourself.
Perhaps, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Did he pass over very quickly? So I've got quite a quick passing round me.
Well, it came on suddenly, but it was a long period of time, over a
Because I
long
feel
period
it's
of time.
like a shock that came at a time sort of unexpected, really.
It did, although he was ill for 7 years.
Yeah. In his life, he was a very hard-working man, and
Yes,
it was awful for him to have to stop. Stopping was really hard for him because he was very self-motivated, and then lost all that. He lost his a lot of his mental abilities too, I've got to say, because I feel with him he was an intelligent man who
yes,
was ground down by this, particularly with his thinking and his memory and his things like that. I'm getting with him.
yes, he had Lewy body's dementia,
Okay, because
which
I
is
just feel
really evil.
it's like he's still coming back to us. You know, the memories are all back. He can remember them all. He can remember he can always remember the long term, but he's remembering short term now. It's like he's in the spirit
Yes,
world. Memory is all there, as though it's not
yeah,
dependent on the brain. And he's talking about, I don't know whether there's something significant about your wedding anniversary or something. The first time there was a real sign that his memory was going. It's like, you know, men forget wedding anniversaries sometimes, they joke, but he would
yeah.
never in the past.
No,
But
he
when he
never
did, you knew what was wrong. Does that make sense?
he had trouble believing that we were married, and he'd say, I should
Okay.
be so lucky.
Okay, because that's the date business. Something about the date with it. You know, it's our wedding anniversary. Oh, are we married? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he didn't recognize the fact that we were married, but
Okay.
he always said, well, I'm pleased I'm married to you if you say
Yeah.
so.
And you had to prove it to him by saying, "Look, you've got the ring. Look at your
And
finger. You've
here are
got the ring."
photos. Here's the
Okay.
photos. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was very difficult.
Yeah. And actually, as I say that, I don't know if his hands got swollen. Did he also have a condition that made his hands swollen?
No,
Or is
no,
that something you've had? You had a
no,
puffiness. All right, he's talking about
no,
something about that. All right. But anyway,
not
his
that I,
marbles
not
are
that
back.
I'm aware of. Sorry.
His marbles are back. He says, I can
Well,
think.
that,
I can still
well,
joke again.
I'm very pleased. Bless his
Yeah.
heart.
And he sends his love. And he, you know he's around because you've sensed him around. And, you know, when you're healing, you feel him with you. And he just wants to spend tonight just to say he loves you. He always has loved you. Of course he has loved you. But it was clouded at the end. But he in his heart, he always knew that.
I know he always kept saying my name, and
Yeah.
so I knew that I was the one that was always on his mind, even though
It was like
couldn't
that was
remember my name.
it was like that was the memory that couldn't be eliminated because it was
That's right.
so deep. It was a feeling memory. Because sometimes
Yeah.
people forget who's who completely, but he knew in his heart, and he's there now. We'll be able to share all the memories again one day when we're both in the spirit world, long way hence. But you know, he's very much around you. All right, thank you very much for
Lovely.
doing
Thank
that.
you
And
so
when-
very, very much, both of you.
Thank you.
Our
God be
pleasure.
with you.
And thank you for being a patron. It's appreciated for all of you.
Thank you. I've been since the beginning.
Oh,
Okay, Matt, perhaps we could do something else now.
sad, isn't it?
We can perhaps either bring one up. These are so long. Look at these
It
things.
echoes, isn't it?
Contact the spirit world. Sorry, getting silly after that emotional bit. Yeah, okay. Do you want to do?
Who's this young lady?
Hi, I'm Laurel.
No, I know Laurel
Do you?
because I've done some work with Laurel, so I have to say that in advance. The last lady I'd never met before, so you might be better with Laurel, Jane, because unless I say something that Laurel doesn't possibly know, I do know things about Laurel because she sat with me as with mentoring and things like
All
that.
right. Okay. Is there any legal things around you?
Not currently.
Okay, you haven't been studying legal things, have you?
No.
Oh, you better do this then, Craig. I'm not
A bit
kidding.
difficult for me because I know too much.
Well, has this lady lost her mother?
Yes, I
That's
have.
hard.
Yeah, because I felt a lady and she was showing me legal books. I don't mean you're in trouble, but she's showing me books, and I felt your mother very closely to you and quite proud of you. Is there an anniversary coming up? This is echoing, Craig.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult.
Is there an anniversary coming up?
Yes, for my mother's wedding anniversary. Yes.
Okay, because she's bringing flowers to you from the spirit realm. And I'm getting these lovely flowers and lovely perfume of flowers. And it's what I call a psychic breeze that you will censor around you.
Yeah,
You're
I do.
definitely your mother's daughter. Definitely. But the love is very much around you because I'm feeling she's proud of you. And she's given you an upliftment here. And she's saying not to work so hard. You work very hard, and your spiritual pathway. I see a long journey for you, a good journey, and I feel she's like an angel guiding you,
Oh.
and that because she hasn't got angel wings, but she's an angel. She's saying and looking after you and guiding you, because sometimes life has been a bit tough for you.
Yes.
But
that's
when
true.
you send your thoughts up to her, you will get answers. Not always immediately, but you'll get signs. Definitely get signs. And as she's bringing these flowers in, because she wants to give you flowers, and we're aware there's an anniversary, but I see her in a most beautiful garden, sitting there and seeing the bright colours, very bright colours, very at peace. I see a valley. I don't know why she's showing me a valley, but she's showing me a valley. Does a valley mean anything to you?
Yes. She loved the valley not far from where we grew up, and she's buried in a valley.
Okay, because she shows me that valley, and
Yes.
it's as if I've got peace with her, and she's saying, but I do need to visit my daughter. And that I love my daughter. I love my daughter. She's a good girl. Good girl. And you might smell some of her cooking as well at times.
Yes, I do.
Because I'm feeling she's saying that she's trying to slow you down because you're here, there, and everywhere. It's like you're meeting yourself coming back, she's saying. Okay. But she's saying, can you tell my daughter I love her very much and I thank her for everything that she done for me, and my heart is always thinking of her. God bless you.
Thank you, Jane. That's awesome.
That's nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Matt, if you take us back to the main screen, I'm going to take the headphones off now. You don't need those now.
Okay.
You can take those off because
Is
it's
that
only when we're
cool?
connecting. It does drive you a bit scatty because we get a lag, but that's nothing we can do about that at the moment.
And they're lovely people.
But I hope people have enjoyed that. And I just think, just to finish, Jane, we've got 5 more minutes. And those, by the way, those of you that are been coming on, sorry to some of the patrons that couldn't get in tonight. I know some of you are all trying to get in on the Zoom. I think we did get full slots tonight because we didn't expect everybody to turn up. But so we'll do this again, and
Next week?
and the patrons, maybe we could do it next week
Yeah,
again. I
that'd be
thought it was
nice.
quite fun doing it.
I've
this
never
way.
seen these people because you deal with the patrons.
I
don't.
I couldn't do Laurel because I knew Laurel, so I can't really. It wouldn't be fair to do that.
No.
But because it wouldn't be, well, it would be evidence of Laurel, but not to other people. But anyway, that was Betty, so I threw Laurel onto you there, Jay. But I just at the end here, because those of you, some of you come in late actually, and some of you come in after it's been recorded. I think it might be quite interesting just to give a couple of messages now, just for people that are coming in late or can take a message later on. This is what we call in advance clairvoyance. So I'm just going to sort of just give a message in. It won't be for anybody now because we're going to close in a second, but this can be done in the comments afterwards. Because I'm hearing somebody talking to me with the name Peter. I'm also hearing Chiswick. So we're looking in London with this. And Peter had he had something amputated. I think it's a foot. I get the feeling I've had diabetes and had a foot amputated. And Peter is reaching out to somebody there who will be connecting with us now. And we'll see this. And I want you to put it in the comments when you see this. Every single bit of this must fit if it's for you. But he's talking, a person that's listening to this was also connected with musical things. So there's something musical. You might have played the piano or something like that, or might even be the violin or something. There's musical playing of instruments around him. And he wants to say that there was problems getting to the funeral, and you always regretted that. But he's just saying he's just coming through just to let you know he's there. And this is just to give a message of love to you. And this is something that will be picked up by somebody that's come to this channel late and will see this. And please, if it's for you, please put it in the comments so that people can know that that's a true piece of clairvoyance. Okay. Do you want to do one in advance,
all
Jane?
I'm seeing and being shown from the spirit realm is a lady that was buried in a red dress. And it was very Pacific. She was buried in a red dress, because she showed me a red dress, and I see a lady that liked dancing. She's quite youngish looking. I can't particularly put an age on her, but a red dress, and it's like, and I want my red lipstick on to match my dress, and that's what I'm
So
getting.
again, that would be for someone that's probably coming in late, just coming at the end here. This is what we call in advance clairvoyance, not advanced, in advance. So this is someone, the spirit world gives it to us for the person coming in later on, and that will be, then we will, when we do this sort of thing, interspace it with the occasional messages for people that are coming in after we've gone live. So how do you feel about that, guys? Did you enjoy that? If you wanted to get on the Zoom links, you would, well, I'm saying Zoom, it's not by Zoom, it's through our system, but if you wanted to come in on video links, that will be for patrons. So if you want to have a look at being a patron, have a look at the links below. Obviously, I can't open it up to all patrons all the time. I just select a few each time. I selected a few too many, folks. I'm sorry. I know some of you couldn't get in. But we will introduce patrons to come in and do the video links. And of course, a patron can come in at any point to pick up the message, you know, when we're sort of doing the initial links like that. So I don't know if you enjoyed that. If you did, please let us know in the comments below. And we're coming to the end now. So
Very quickly, didn't
it was
it?
shot by tonight, didn't it? It was
Yeah.
shot by. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us then. We'll see you soon.
Yes. Bye for now.
Bye
Have
for
a
now,
great
folks.
weekend. But I just feel she's in a better place.
I agree.
Better place. And so one has to feel, you know, my darling, you know, your wishes come true.
And he's given me the feeling that at the end, there's something I put into the coffin with him, he's saying here, something that was very emotionally significant to you. And you wrote something that was poetic with it, because I feel as if I put something poetic. It's only a stanza of a verse. It's about 4 lines.
All that's true. Both these people, everything they said about the stuff they talked about, they were accurate. They are the real deal. And it kind of blew my mind a little bit. I'm not a mind blower, you know, by nature, but you know, it was real. And all crap aside, it was real.
Fascinating. Remember, our psychic mediums have never met the people in these circles and know nothing about them. While the crew sets up for Craig's seance, let's see what the participants of Jane's seance thought of what just happened.
Well, I suppose I wasn't really quite sure what to expect when I came. It was different.
It was interesting to me to find out that Diana came across so strongly as knowing what I was doing. And that came across very clearly in what she said to me. and that she was there and that she knew the work I was doing. That was quite powerful for me. Even the one who calls himself a cynic was very much part of it.
I found it terribly hard to relate the Diana I knew to being a spirit. And I used to see her regularly, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes twice a day. And I'm a shocking cynic, but I did feel something during that. And there were 1 or 2 things that came out which only Diana and I perhaps knew. So perhaps I'm not quite so cynical.
Another remarkable seance. I wonder if the people at Craig's seance will be as convinced and enthusiastic as those who sat at Jane's. Let's find out.
It was very interesting, though, and it was very nice to see how everybody else was going, hey, yeah, wow. That was kind of cool that happened, too, because nobody had any idea who was who and what was what. So there was nothing set up, and we knew nothing that was going to happen next. So.
I found it fascinating.
Certainly the questions that were being put to us, or the comments that were made to us. If your memory was 100%, you could remember every one of those occasions that he spoke about, you know, right down to the nitty-gritty in the kitchens with the children. It all made sense, you know.
And the pear drops were definitely something. I mean, we used to buy them specially and have them in the office so that she could have them whenever she wanted them. And it was always, don't tell anybody, I'm not supposed to have these, you know. So that was fantastic. I actually blew my mind.
There was a contact there on everything he said.